Okay, when you're talking about cybersecurity, right? Cybersecurity refers to the very aspects of protecting an organization, its employees, and also its asset. Now, when you're talking about cybersecurity, you need to take into consideration 4 key elements when you're talking about cybersecurity. First of all, you need to take into consideration the governance portion of it. Merely means that is identifying and managing the risks of cybersecurity. Second elements is that protection. Protection means that you are implementing controls over the potential security risks. Thirdly is detection. This is where you are actually detecting and understanding the cybersecurity threats towards your organization. Finally, you need to respond to it. So you need to have a recovery plan on how do you implement and advocate these cybersecurity threats. So enterprise business today, in comparison to the previous enterprise business, enterprises today heavily relies on technologies. And you have seen that some enterprises are focusing on automation and some sort of IoTs within the business, and to actually correlates to their OT businesses. So whenever that you implement in technology towards enterprise business, there are cybersecurity threats that's going to happen within the enterprise business. One of it is phishing attacks. So phishing attacks is particularly very common nowadays. I think some of the examples you can take into consideration is the email phishing type, whereby they send an email to an unsuspecting employees, and they click on the link, and in the end you tend to give out all your security passwords and whatnot. The second most common attack is a ransomware attack. So this is basically when the cyber attacker plans to put a malware within your organization. This is where it will cause your network to be down and your data storage will be compromised. So until and when you actually pay the ransom towards it, the virus will remain within your network. The third example, denial of service, or more commonly known as DDoS attack. This is where the actual hacker or cybersecurity threat actually flood your network, and it causes your network to go haywire. So as an organization, you can't afford for your network to be haywire because you are running an enterprise business. Other examples that I can give is the advanced persistent threats, or APT. This is where the hacker or the cybersecurity threat are a bit smarter, whereby they go for a long-term kind of cybersecurity. They will implement the virus within your network, and over time, you will see that something will happen or compromise within your network. Lastly, insider threats. So insider threats is something that you need to be more concerned because you are unable to control it, because it involves your employees. So insider threats can be somebody that comes into your organization or your employees that actually put the virus within your network purposely, for the sole purpose of actually gaining something out of it. When you're talking about enterprise cybersecurity, it involves a lot of best practices that you have within the organization and also in the market. How do you prevent all those kind of potential attacks towards your organization? In essence, there are actually 4 particular steps that you need to undertake when it comes to cybersecurity best practices. First of all is assessing your vulnerabilities as well as your network architecture. The second method that you can do to recognize what are your required range of security. So this actually correlates with your assessment earlier. Thirdly, it's your securing your enterprise data. So you know, in today's world, in enterprise world, data is very, very important in an organization. Lastly, what you need to do is actually educate your employees and limit their privileges. Altel have undertaken a significant change in the organization. So currently, Altel Enterprise serves about 6 pillars within the enterprise businesses. So namely are private LTE, edge computing, IoT services, system integration, as well as cybersecurity as one of the pillars. So in our cybersecurity pillars, we are currently focusing on endpoint protection, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, which is in short, we can call it the APT, and some of other cybersecurity services like managed firewall. Of course, as Altel, we are trying to embark into a new kind of services and a more advanced kind of cybersecurity services such as SOCs as well as advanced threat detection. At this current moment, we are trying to embark on this journey. We are trying to get all the talents within the industry, and we are trying to get the cream of the crops. So, with that in mind, whenever that you're talking about cybersecurity, do take Altel as one of the service provider. We will help you.